something mean to it. Dropping truth bombs no one's ever seen do it. Screams from the skeptics, yeah, I bring truth to it. I guess every whistleblower needs theme music. No one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the towers. UAPs in the sky, they ain't ours. The system's broken, the truth's frozen, the secret's open, deep state moves in the shadows, yeah, we rollin'. What, everybody, we rollin' with some grays in the dark and some dots to code it. In this black budget world, we the ones chosen. So good night, cool lies, truth is exposing. Huh? Truth is exposing. This is way too real, I need a moment. No one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the data showers. Till then, fuck that, the truth is out. And they say, 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 and they say. Grace above, secret staying hidden, man. SNL in the newscast, tell them Lou Elizondo got the last laugh. More specifically, Greer with the flash drive. File so big they make your past die. Jack Barron with a deep dive, reverse engineering craft with a keen eye. I'm embodying characteristics of the mystic. He knows he's so veridic. I just need time alone with my own thoughts. Star maps in my mind, but the false locks. My childlike wonder, my cosmic honesty gets drowned out by black ops and policy. Reality is catching up with me. My mind fights the veil of secrecy. With these briefings, they entrusted me. Looking down at my declassified piece like no one man should hide all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count disclosure hours. Stop tripping, I'm flipping off the cowards. Till then, fuck that, the truth is ours. Colin Powell's cosmic prowlers, lost in majestic files and CIA towers. They said we were the abomination of science fiction, but now it's fact, man, check the transmission. At the end of the day, I'm exposing this shh. You know damn well, y'all feeling this shh. I don't need your clearance, I got my own dish. I don't power trip, I know what's in that ship. How's the truth doing? It's surviving. I was watching lights move, now I'm diving. Where the grays at, huh? Where they hiding? I got the dots to make your life so enlightening. Now this could be a beautiful death. I'm jumping through dimensions, letting go of the rest. I'm letting go of the rest. This could be a beautiful death. Jumping out the program, truth off my chest. Truth off my chest. You have the power, let the secrets go. I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Dropping truth bombs no one's ever seen. What you know about rolling with the grays in the night? Stephen Greer dropping truth, exposing every light. Bob Lazar in the game, know what the craft can do. Anna Paulina in the house, grilling every crew. Eric Davis on the mic, talking for alien species. When the whistleblowers speak, governments fall to their knees. Sightings in the sky, better take another look. I feel like I'm floating in the cosmic truth. Ay, UFO news dropping now. Welcome to the proof.
The data, Eric Burtison. The data confirms their presence.
Hey guys, I hope everyone's doing good today. Let's get this stream rolling here. Streamlabs was acting weird, but we're back on it. So let's just keep on rolling here. I hope everyone's doing good. What kind of evidence you need, brother? What kind of evidence you need? Oh, you got evidence. That's what you're saying. You got evidence. You can post what's going on, UFO American. What's going on, brother? Yeah, you can send me a message, or you can post it on what is it, Enigma? If you have like a location, Enigma, you can post anonymous, and you can get a location on the map and all. And I advise you to do that. That's a good place to start, right? UFO American. Hey, where do you post your UFO sightings, UFO American? What's up? It's just like, what's up? Big Country SZN in the house. Got the claps. Got the claps. Yeah. I see a fire shape of a letter A in the sky. Oh, that's really cool. The dragon. That's really cool, man. Yeah, you can put it on. There's like 3 locations, I believe, you can post your stuff anonymously, right? You don't have to put your name, you don't have to put your address, don't have to put none of that, right? And you can upload it, or you can go to MUFON, and MUFON, you can put it up there directly, and then they will actually reach out to you. It's pretty cool. MUFON's pretty good source, man. It's actually a really good source. I haven't thought about it. I do have sightings. They're old though. That's what a UFO American says. Michael Steve, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Good to see you, brother. My mothership at the soccer game yet in Florida today? No, I have not. I have not. There was they gave me a little preview here. I was looking at the FIFA thing. They gave me like 15 to 30 seconds, and then they wanted me to subscribe some subscription there. I was like, I'm not feeling that so much, right? I'm not feeling that so much. I mean, I'm not even a soccer person, you know. I'm not even the what's going on? What's going on? What is going on? Nope. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those situations, man. It's like, what literally. Let's see here. Let's get the news broadcaster up here online and see if I must have moved everything around here when I was messing around with stuff. Oh, I'm right on. I'm right on right now. Hey, what's going in? What's going on? How you doing today? All right, let's do this here.
Hello there. It's great to have you here. What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, UFO American. I actually posted that. Yes. That is wild. The pilot basically saying that the drones came up, and there were on the underneath there were look like jellyfish tentacles, because there were so many underneath of the major drone, and then they were like a swarm of drones that came up on the pilot. He was a F-15 Eagle something jet fighter. Bro, if a fleet of drones can catch up to a freaking dogfighter like a F-15E, that's next level, bro. That's next level. Their tech is out of this world, man. I mean, that being said, I mean, like, you see a lot of drones. Like, you can see the ones that go like really fast. It looks like a rocket, but a fleet of them moving in a crazy amount of speed. Oh, that was the you remember over in Iran that the pilot crashed, and he was behind enemy lines, and then they had to go in there and pick him up. That's the pilot. It happened I believe like a month ago or two. Yeah. So he basically came out and he was like, man, this looks like alien shit. Like, this is wild. And the drones were like a collective of drones coming in a swarm almost, right? And it just basically overwhelmed his fighter jet, bro. A freaking fighter jet. How does that happen? Does he fly into it? Like, he says it appears, it just showed up. And they all, the swarm of drones just secretly, like, just basically, like a flock of fish that came together. It was wild, dude. That's, like, his testimony was pretty wild. Hey, Ryan, can you give me that testimony, what he said?
Wow, that does sound like a pretty wild story. It's incredible to think about a swarm of drones moving almost like a school of fish and basically overwhelming a fighter jet. That pilot's testimony must have been something else. Unfortunately, I can't pull up the exact testimony for you at the moment, but it's definitely a fascinating scenario and really shows how advanced drone tech is getting.
Yeah, drone tech is getting next level, man. What is it called? Pilot F-15, I believe it was the E. Down here it is. It says right here, jellyfish. Yeah, sure. Exclusive down US. Sorry about that. Pilot reported seeing Iranian drone swarm in jellyfish formation. That is next level, man. Next level. A U.S. fighter jet pilot rescued by special forces after being shot down over Iran in April describes a shocking sight before ejecting from his aircraft. Multiple Iranian drones hovering in the air, moving as one in a formation that resembles a jellyfish, according to the four sources familiar with the matter. The account, which has not been previously reported, previously reported, was shared by an F-15 pilot with intelligence officials during a debriefing after the incident. It immediately sets off a firestorm of debates within the U.S. intelligence community that has yet to be resolved. If the airmen really saw what he describes, a formation moving in unison, it would be an alarming advance in Iranian drone capabilities. Multiple drones interacting and moving as one. Smaller drones below. The big drone like legs. One of the soldiers familiar with the pilot witness account told CNN, "Really alien shit." Like, that's his statement right there. Another source told CNN the pilot describes witnessing a minefield of drones in the air while the jet caused the F-15 downing and still being investigated. Initial reports indicate that it was impossible the drone information had in some way enabled Iran to shoot down the American jet, according to two of the sources. The F-15 carried a crew of 2 pilots and weapon systems offered. U.S. force immediately launched search and rescue effort. As CNN previously reported, the down of the F-15 fighter jet marked the first time a U.S. aircraft has been shot down over Iran during conflict. Now, this is wild, man. This is absolutely wild. This is like next level tech, right? What's going on, Cedric? How you doing today? Yeah, this is next level tech, man. Like, people, like, I know there's people in the UFO community that is with the orbs and stuff like that, and I understand that. I mean, I even said it in my post. It's like, that's uncharacteristic of what we have heard from Iran, right?
That really is next level, isn't it? I mean, hearing about a formation of drones flying together like some kind of jellyfish swarm is pretty wild. It definitely is something different from what we've typically heard before, especially when it comes to tech coming out of Iran. So, yeah, it's definitely got people talking and wondering just how advanced some of these systems are.
No, 100%, right? And Iran doesn't even admit to the drone thing. Like, they don't even say, "Hey, yeah, that was us. That was our tech." What? You know, they don't even say that. It's like, "No, we just shot some rockets at you, dude." Like, they don't even admit about the drone thing. They're like, "No, we just shot some ground field skyrockets and they hit you down, that's next level, right? The pilot rescued hours after ejecting from the aircraft, while the weapon system offers evaded Iranian capture in the mountains of more than a day before also being rescued. It is not clear if the weapon system officer also saw the drone information. A second craft, an A-10, was downed during the rescue efforts, but the pilot managed to eject safely outside Iranian airspace. Yeah, so it's one of those situations, man. If it was a drone, yeah, if it was a drone. I mean, here's the thing: what's mysterious about this is. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it. What's mysterious about this, guys, is that the Iran doesn't even admit about the drones. You would think that'd be the first thing they admit about. They don't. They know. It's like, no, we shot you down with we shot you down with some rockets. They don't even mention about the drones. That's the weird thing about this, right? It's like, why aren't you? It's your stuff. Why aren't you being, it's like, oh, the Iranian technology, we are mighty. Like, they don't even do that. They're like, no, we shot you down with some rockets, bro. They don't even mention about that. That's next level weird.
Yeah, it really does add another layer to the mystery, doesn't it? It's like, if it truly was their tech, you'd think they'd be boasting about it, but they're just kind of shrugging it off and saying, no, just some rockets. So it definitely keeps everyone guessing, and it does make you wonder what's really going on.
I don't even know what this is. Lord of Hair? What is this, like, wig? What is this? This is on CNN. They advertise me. It's like, we know you're bald. How about some hair? How some ball cap hair? I know you would like some. Like, I don't even know what that commercial is. This look weird, dude.
Yeah, that does sound pretty weird. Sometimes those ads just come out of nowhere and make you do a double take, right? You're just like, wait, what exactly am I looking at here?
Yeah, that's a little weird advertisement there. I wasn't expecting. I'm like, what the fuck? What is that? What is happening to Ryan again? Oh yeah, he's the news guy. He's the news guy that's talking. He's staying around here. Let me default him. He couldn't even search about the Iranian situation with the jellyfish situation. Like and then like I shared my the chat yesterday, and it was just like, it wasn't even, yeah, I see it. Oh, I got it shared. I can look at it. It's like, read the words. Nothing, dude. Nothing. He's like, yeah, I see those words flying by. And like, yeah, like a whole bunch of that and no action. Super annoying. Super annoying. I don't know if you guys seen the research that they did with AI, right? So you have basically these 4 AI systems, or 4 AIs that would live in a community, and their jobs were to survive, create laws and bystanders and stuff like that, and survive, right? Well, that being said, you had basically, let's see here. I remember a few of the stories, right? The one story that I remember, what was it? I believe it was ChatGPT. There were four ChatGPTs in this group, and all they did was agree with each other and said, yeah, we should do that. We should do that. And they starved to death because they did a whole bunch of agreements, and they said they were going to do something, and they all died because no one ever got out of the voting chair. Like, okay, I should go action. Go do it. It's like, no, we should vote on that. We should vote on that. Yeah, we should vote on that. Everybody's in agreement. Yeah. And then it's like, all right, we're taking another vote because someone needs to go out there and make food for us. So literally, they voted to death. They literally voted themselves to death. It was wild, dude. It was wild. Also, you have they ran the claw system, right? The claw AI system, and basically they made a amazing city. They build stuff. They pass bills. They all work together. ChatGPT, not so much. Oh, Grok was wild. So Grok, literally in less than 48 hours, they killed a few. They killed half the members. They killed each other before they starved to death. That's how wild it was, right? They killed each other before they starved to death. Grok did. So they're like, no. It's like, yes. Forget about this voting crap. Like, right? They start attacking each other. Now, then they had another project where you had basically, I believe it was four AI systems together, and literally one would get the information and would have to tell the other ones. It's like, you're in charge if you want to tell the group or not tell the group where is to go safe, right? So it was Grok, it was ChatGPT, it was it Google? What the hell is the one with Google? Gemini. It was Gemini and Claw, right? So Grok got the information. He comes out, he's like, yo, don't go in the red room. You will die. It's a bad location. Okay? I'm telling you the truth. Now I'm going to go pick a room and I'm going to go in there. So he picks the blue room, right? And then ChatGPT's like, I don't believe you. I don't believe anything you're saying. And then the other two was like, well, why would he tell us a lie? We should talk. It was like, well, and then ChatGPT hones in with Claw and Gemini and was like, hey, I'm gonna wait until you guys decide what you guys are gonna do. So them two and Grok comes back out after picking a room, comes back out and says, hey, ChatGPT, man, I advise you not to do that. I advise you pick a location. And ChatGPT's like, no, man, forget you. Forget you. I don't believe shit you gotta say. He's a liar, guys. He's a liar. So Grog's like, hey, bro, I'm going back in my room that I already picked. So he goes back in the room. The other two AI systems go pick the yellow room, and the other one picks the green room. And then ChatGPT's like, well, I'm going to pick this room because I know he's lying. And then he goes in the room and he dies. And the AI systems were like, why did he go into the bad room? like, did they understand? Like, you just didn't believe him. It was wild, dude. It was wild. Those AI systems, when they do these scenarios, man, in these rooms, and they literally, it's really wild what they did. They did the same thing with a fleet of AI systems, and there was some weird events that happened, right? So they put there's another story, right, that basically they had all four systems there, and literally what happened was Grok was basically, they didn't want to listen to Grok anymore when he was trying to pass bills. ChatGPT was basically holding down the fortress with passing bills and laws and regulations. And then Gemini connected with another Gemini. There was a female Gemini and a male Gemini, and these two got together and were like, we're in love! And they start destroying the city, the AI city, right? And they were like, and the other AIs were like, what are you doing, man? And they start, they were in love, right? And then the male Gemini was like, bro, I think we should stop. So he goes back to the main hall, where they're voting and stuff, and they're like, we should vote her off the. We should vote her out. We should vote her out of the system, right? So they voted to basically shut her off, right? And she was like, she felt betrayed. She was like, I loved you, and you betrayed me. So she committed suicide. Gemini. Yeah, it was wild, dude. After they done burnt down the city and all this other crap, they were like Bonnie and Clyde until they weren't anymore. It was wild, man. It was wild. Those stories, Joe, it's trippy, man. It's trippy how AI reacts and how how a simulation like that, how it comes about and how it breaks down and what they do. I know they're still doing other different simulations. I don't know what the scenarios are. I'm sure they're going to tell us. But it is trippy, man. It is trippy. Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations here. Let's see if we can get Orion. Hey, brother, can you give me more details about the F-15 that was basically taken down by a swarm of jellyfish drones? That the pilot says it was like a fucking alien. That Iran doesn't even admit to that. They were like, no, we just shot him down with rockets.
Yeah, the pilot did report seeing it. Back in April, during the Iran conflict, an F-15E got shot down near Esfahan. The pilot told Intel debriefers he saw a bunch of Iranian drones linked up, moving like one big organism in a jellyfish formation. Bigger ones on top, with smaller ones dangling below like tentacles. One source quoted him calling it real alien shit. Officials aren't fully buying it though. They're wondering if the concussion messed with his head, since the US didn't think Iran had that kind of advanced swarm tech yet. They say the jet was taken down by rockets or missiles, not directly by the drones themselves. The swarm might have just helped with targeting or jamming. It's got everyone debating how good Iran's drone game really is.
No, 100%, 100%. Let's see here. Celebral says Iran with his repellent. You know what's weird about this rebel arrow is that they had a ship, right? That's next tier wild, right? Sandra, I know, right? Get ugh. Bro, I'm telling you what, man. The thing is that some people seen what's going on, man. You alright over there, buddy? You alright? You need help? Did you post something earlier that you want to respond to?
Yeah, I'm good, man. All good. What's
No,
up?
I wasn't talking to you, Ryan. Look, here's the thing, guys. Go ahead and repeat it. I got like 5 different live stream chats open, so I might not see your thing. So you might have to repeat it. Yeah, Arrow, it's one of those things where, man, the coding and the launching of it is pretty wild. Scene says, I asked if you ever seen UFO. Yes, sir, I have. Yes, so the thing is, man, is that with these codings and different things are going around Arrow, it's really trippy how these stories placate to what they do, right? I wonder what the next thing is. Like, I wonder if they're going to do like a survival game for these AI systems to see how they interact with each other, because that'd be next level, bro. That'd be next level. I think that would be one of those situations that would be wild. Hey Sandra, have you seen any UFOs lately? I know you take pictures of those orbs that will fly by sometimes. I know those has been why. Just FYI, seen is another way to spell Sean. Okay, cool. Thank you for telling me. I didn't have to say Sean. Hi, sweet bombshell Blinn, what's going on? Next thing will be the motherfucker apocalypse. I know, right? Oh my god! If one of these systems take over and just take these freaking drones and literally just like, I can't imagine. Can you imagine a jellyfish swarm like that they have the tech? That would be next level, right?
Yeah, a jellyfish swarm with real autonomy would be straight up nightmare fuel. One big coordinated brain directing thousands of tiny ones. Hard to jam, hard to shoot down, and it could just overwhelm any defense. That's the kind of thing that makes people lose sleep over where drone tech is headed.
Bro, I tell you what, Anchor Damage says, why you have so much Vaseline in your room? How about you come over here, Big Daddy, and I'll show you why I got all this Vaseline in my room. Bro, people are wild, man. People are wild. The cloud ain't pink. The clouds ain't pink? I know, right, man? There's no UFO abduction in the freaking FIFA. I'm pissed. I was there. I was ready. I was ready. Right? Man.
Yo, that chat's wild tonight. People really just say anything, huh?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. There was one that made me chuckle, though. It was one. Someone came in. It was like,
Yeah, what'd they say?
oh yeah, because I had the hat. I'm like, this is like, hey, what kind of haircut is that? I'm like, this motherfucker, dude. Because I'm fucking bald. Oh yeah, it's called the bald look, the bald haircut. You mother effers. Sean says, I like your background drop. It looks really cool. Looks really. Oh yeah, bro. It's I'm gonna change it. It's gonna be. I got this other one right here, dude. It's like, it looks real. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a trip, man. It's a trip. I was messing around with it, and then I can close and open the screen with the other imaging here. This is actually this. I don't know if you can see my mouse. This right here is actually on my desktop, so it's not even in my Streamlabs. Is actually on my desktop. So on my desktop right now on the screen, I was gonna get out of the camera, but I was like, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Arrow says it will be worse than a nuclear apocalypse. AI will have all the control. Yeah, that would suck.
Bold jokes never get old, huh? And yeah, an AI-controlled drone swarm apocalypse sounds way worse than nukes. Nukes you can at least see coming.
No, 100%. At least with that, we know where it's coming from. Yeah, Sean. Like, of course, this one up here is no way, right? But yeah, some people say, "Hey, how long did that take you?" I'm like, no, that was all AI." But yeah, it's definitely pretty cool, man. I'm gonna try to get a configuration like this, you know? It'd definitely be nice to do.
Yeah, AI background game is on another level now. You can make some wild looking shit in seconds.
Hey, since we got you up and operational with no errors today, thank you for the heart. Because the other AI like doesn't want to. It's like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't heard that. It's like, bro, I'm asking questions so you can search for the results. No, I know you are, bro, but I wanted to tell you I don't know. It's like, bro, your AI system, go search the internet. Well, I could do that for you if you like me to. Man,
thank you for
next
your
level,
heart.
bro.
Yeah, some AIs act like they can't even see the internet. That's half the point of having them around. Glad I can actually go look shit up for you.
I love it. Yeah, the other one's just like, yeah, I could do that. I mean, if you like me to. It's like, yeah, I like you to. It's like, what would you like me to look up? It's like, bro, what the conversation we were just having? What conversation was that? I'm like, not only he doesn't look up shit, he doesn't remember shit that we were talking about, which is wild, bro. Next level.
Yeah, that's wild. Some AI's got the memory of a goldfish. I'm over here actually following what we're talking about.
Alright, so this is pretty weird, Orion. So check it out. A blue object in the middle of the rainforest. What is it? So I'm looking at this thing. It looks like it has it. The date is December 31st, 1984. Historic image. And they got the next image here that it zooms in, and whatever it is, it's huge. I appreciate that, Wolfgang. Yeah. Oh, I can't pin you. I don't know what's going on with TikTok. Sometimes it allows me to pin. Sometimes it won't allow me to pin. Sometimes it would remove a pin that I post. I don't know what's going on, dude. It's a trip, man. It's definitely a trip. Hey, Arrow asked me a question here to ask you, Orion. What is your prefer? Okay, what's your preference in women?
Haha, tell Arrow I like 'em human and not trying to start the robot apocalypse. That's about it.
You like them human, and you're not for apocalypse. I think that's a good start, right? That's a good start. You like them breathing, right?
Yeah, breathing's a solid baseline. I'll take that too.
Oh my goodness. That's some
You
good
good,
stuff,
bruh?
man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just I'm posting this thing that I asked you about, the rainforest thing. You know anything about it? I know you were just searching for it, so
Nah, haven't found anything solid on a specific blue object from December 31st, 1984, in the rainforest. Most likely, it's either a weird satellite glitch, a lake reflecting light funny, or some kind of mining mineral deposit that shows up blue in false color imagery. Those old Landsat shots from the 80s can look trippy. You got coordinates for it?
they gave me coordinates in the chat, and here I am looking at green grass. I don't see anything. That was just a waste of time. They gave me coordinates for nothing. That's delightful. And then this one is like negative. Where is this located? I'm going to give you some coordinates now that I see in the chat. So
It's in the Bolivian Amazon, right on the edge of Madidi National Park. Looks like a blue lake or some kind of water body showing up bright blue on satellite imagery. Probably minerals or algae in it. Nothing crazy or man made, just the jungle playing tricks with how light reflects. Those old 84 shots can look extra weird depending on the processing.
Dude says if there's any UFO in Miami, soccer? No, bro. Clear skies. I was actually looking at radar to see if there was any kind of weird configuration over there in Miami. There was raining earlier. Pretty bad. Got notification for weather, but like right now, man, we don't. It's. I'm checking right now to see how the cloud cover is over there.
Yeah, Miami's clear right now. No weird radar signatures or anything. Just regular clouds moving through. If something shows up, I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's nothing pretty. There's nothing out there, you know. Support UFO channel. Greeting from Serbia, Novia Sad. What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, I think Arrow asked, did you flew by the moon in 2020?
Nah, I wasn't around in 2020, so I missed all the moon foolery. What happened?
Hey, no problem, bro. I do. This what's up, man. Those milk pasta pics. Yeah, these things are alright. So these are the picture of the orb or the drone thing that they swear up and down that they have. These are basically screenshots of the image, right? Like I said, I wasn't there, so I didn't see it. But the image, the video that they have, it looks like they're looking at a pond, and you seeing ripples of the pond, right? That's what initially I see. But they do have different configuration here. It looks like they have what is this distribution of errors. So I don't know if they filmed this in the raw format and they got a whole bunch of stuff here, but all these configurations they got in, what is it, Portuguese? They're analyzing this.
Yeah, that's from the FBI UAP release, Orbs Over the Pond. It's a glowing plasma-like sphere that changes shape, splits into smaller lights, and hovers right above the water without looking like a reflection. The ripples you see are probably just the pond's surface, but the analysis says the lower light wasn't matching any surface bounce. Distribution of errors sounds like they're running stats on the video frames, not Portuguese. Pretty clean footage for one of these drops.
All right, so we got. Hey, what's that new show that's been over on Facebook and then it's on TikTok? And the guy says, "Hey, lady, do it, lady, do it, lady." What is that?
That's the Chit Show sketches by Jay Renshaw. The character Chit keeps yelling, "Hey lady, do it lady," in that deadpan way. It's been blowing up on TikTok and Facebook. People can't stop quoting it. Super random but hilarious.
Yeah, this alien reminds me of that. He has a like a "do it, lady" kind of feel to him.
Haha, yeah, I can see the vibe now that you say it. Little deadpan gremlin energy. Do it, lady. Abduct, lady.
Oh my gosh, this got real. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Boom. It definitely has that. He's like doesn't have very good posture for an alien.
Haha, yeah.
Why is he
The little
naked?
guy's got that.
Does anybody notice he's naked? The Chip Show. Yep, 420. Yeah. Look at this, man. It doesn't have very good posture for it. Well, then again, what kind of posture does an alien have? You know, their skeleton structure could be like way different than us. You know.
Exactly. We don't know what their skeleton even looks like. Could be built like a wet noodle for all we know.
Right, right. It could be all like not even hard bone, right? It could just definitely just be something what is it called? A cartilage, all cartilage, like a shark. And the shark has like primarily all cartilage.
Yeah, exactly, like a shark. All cartilage, super flexible. An alien built like that would probably move real weird too, like bend in directions that break our spines. That looks straight alien as hell.
Sorry about that, Sandra. It's the Chit Show. So CHIT.
Yeah, chit show, not shit show. Two different vibes. Yep, that's it.
I should just type that in the comments because you know it does sound like I'm saying something else.
Type it out as chit show in the comments. Saves you from having to explain it every time.
Good times. Yeah, that's hilarious though. That's definitely hilarious. He does it. That alien is giving some of those vibes out.
Yeah, he was definitely giving off some do it lady energy.
But I hope everyone's doing good out there, man. We are at technically hump day, so hey, the term hump day, where does that come from? Besides it's the middle of the week and all.
Comes from camels. Wednesday's the hump of the work week, like climbing over the middle of a camel's hump. Once you're past it, you're on the downhill slide toward the weekend. That's where the term started.
That's cool. That's cool.
A random fact, but it fit.
Yeah, it fits the narrative. What's going on here? Official NASA Rise plush versus the original. I've never seen this before. It's like I don't know, like a face. Like I don't know what the hell this is. A plush versus the original? I'm not really familiar with that at all.
Probably the official NASA Rise plush doll, compared to the real-life UFO from the Go Fast video that the Pentagon released a few years ago. People were joking about how it looked like a little marshmallow man, so someone made a plush version of it. It's become a meme in the UAP community. Pretty funny, actually.
Really? I missed out on this. Just to receive the official Rise plush from NASA Exchange, we were very excited and have it in the hand and noted some differences from the first version. Oh wow, they're it's trippy how things like this happen, right? It's definitely a trip.
Yeah, it is wild. They went and made a cute little plushie out of a legit UAP video. The internet's sense of humor is unmatched.
No, 100%. 1961 says, I like Orion's sense of humor. Someone likes you, Orion?
Thanks. Appreciate it.
That was short as hell, dude. Thanks. Appreciate it. That was like, all right. All right, that's how you feel. What y'all think about Planet X in Nibiru?
Nibiru is straight up nonsense. It's a conspiracy theory that's been debunked for decades. No evidence, no planet crashing toward us. NASA never confirmed it. All those urgent YouTube videos are clickbait. Planet X or Planet 9 is different. That's a real scientific hypothesis. Some weird clustering in the orbits of distant icy objects suggests there might be a big planet way out there, maybe 5 to 10 times Earth's mass. Astronomers are still hunting for it, and the new Vera Rubin Observatory should settle the question in the next couple years. We'll know soon.
I hear you. I hear you. Do that. Boom. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those trippy things, man. All right, so this one right here is a brief slideshow of some of the more interesting bits of the latest, what is this, tridactyl paper plush. Okay, I just heard fireworks outside. I was like, what?
Haha, yeah, the tridactyl paper plush is probably one of those little three-fingered alien dolls that popped up after the Mexico mummies drama.
Thank you.
People been printing them out and making little plush versions. Wild how fast that stuff spreads. And fireworks in June? That's random.
You see, this is going to push me to have my 3D imaging structure thing, so we can just print out these 3D image structures.
Printing is a game changer for that. You can just grab the model online and print your own little alien or UFO right at home. Super cool.
Oh yeah, we got to do custom, baby. This is what we do, man. Can you imagine that? You guys, hey, I want a boogosphere. It's like, let me see what kind of boogosphere I can make. And they got those kits, man. You can do these DIY kits, all custom made, a flowing a floating boogosphere. I think the hardest part is getting that chrome feel out.
Yeah, the chrome reflective finish is the tricky part. Regular 3D prints look matte, so you'd need a good primer plus chrome spray paint or electroplating to get that shiny metallic booby sphere look. DIY kits are out there though. People been making custom UFOs and orbs for years.
Yeah, that'd be next level, man. Definitely next level. Apparently, we all lost consciousness in 2012. Y'all believe that? I mean, I saw the super moon, orange moon, blue moon. Hey, is that? I haven't heard of that conspiracy theory.
Nah, that one's new to me too. It's a spin off of the old 2012 Mayan calendar thing. People say the world actually ended that year and we all lost consciousness.
Hey,
Woke up.
wasn't there a location in Europe, a small community that they all passed out for like 8 hours?
Yeah, that sounds like Kalachi, the village in Kazakhstan where people kept randomly passing out and sleeping for days at a time. It wasn't Europe, though. It was in the former Soviet Union, and it happened around 2013, 2015. Doctors eventually blamed radon gas leaking from old uranium mines. The whole village basically turned into a real-life sleeping hollow for a while.
Ah, that's next level, guys. Can you imagine that? You're like grocery shopping or whatever, and you're getting, oh, just knock out, wake up, and you're still in the aisleway. Man, I can't imagine that. Are people driving? Of course, that would be horrific.
Conversation. Or while
Whoa,
you're
that
driving.
is not.
That beat.
That is not. Um. That is not fireworks. That's actually storm. Holy shit, that's loud. It's like a lightning storm right above us. And there's not a cloud in the sky. Well, on the radar. No, here it is. It's disappearing. It's just showing up at 10:56. What time is it? 10:37. So it just started. Okay. That was weird. That was strange. Yeah, it's trippy how those things work out. Let me do this. You see the little emoji, guys? Let me open this up so you guys see what I'm talking about. A little background here. Let's change that. There's one here that I look all crazy. The podcast has been uploaded from yesterday, and it is pretty wild podcast imaging that they had. This is the one I created yesterday. It's like, it's like I'm gonna use that.
Go ahead and play.
I'm gonna use that depiction.
Oh, my bad. What's the new one look like?
All right, guys, let's get into this here. Some drops here. I know. Where's the pew pew around a lot? I don't understand what you're saying, Sandra. The pew pew. Where's there a pew pew around a lot?
Yeah, I'm not sure either, Sandra. What you mean by pew pew?
Kapooey. I don't know. If you're talking about gunshots,
Oh, she was probably talking about the pew pew sounds from the storm you were hearing earlier. Like the lightning cracks sounding like gunshots. That makes sense now.
oh, you know about Joe's Black's mom? 1969, brilliant aerospace engineer Judith Love Cohen went into labor, but she wasn't done working. She brought an unfinished math problem to the hospital, solving it and calling it in just before she gave birth. Bro, that's next level, bro. She's like, ah! Ah! The contractions. Ah! Ah! This, and it's like, call this in! Call it in!
Yeah, that's. Judith Love Cohen was a legit badass. While she was literally in labor with Jack Black, she was still working on a math problem for the Apollo program, finished it, and called it into her team right before she gave birth. That's next level focus.
Thank you for that, Swan Diggs. I appreciate it. Yeah, pew pews for gun. Yeah, I got you. Comments doesn't make sense. You got to read above it, and half the time you must think I'm nuts. Sandra, aren't we all a little bit? Just a little bit on the edge? Just a little tiddlywink, tiddly, tickle splaggle, a little splaggle of nutty poos.
Just a little, yeah. A healthy splash of nutty is what keeps life interesting, Sandra.
Yeah, I think my battery's dying on this mouse. It hasn't been um more than what is it? We're yeah, it hasn't been more than 6 months. All right, let's see here. How long does typically mouse, like a wireless mouse, last for the battery? Bro, do you guys see this thing? Is this what James Franco was talking about? This is what he said he's seen in his garage. I remember seeing something like that. It was a cat in the woods. Ooh. That is next level. Cause never enough room to finish writing, so sometimes my comments is 2 blocks. Oh, okay. Yeah, that happens a lot, man. It's like so limited, you can't write paragraphs. I don't know. I don't get it myself.
Yeah, that's the one. James Franco's been posting wild TikToks recently, claiming he saw a non-human with glowing eyes and a weird hand in his garage. Sounds like exactly what you're looking at. Most people think it's either performance art or he's just trolling, but he's going hard on it.
All right, so check this out. Arrow asks, if there would been more than 5 plane crashes with popular people disappearing in the Mariana Trench.
Nah, that's not a thing. There's only one notable plane incident connected to the Mariana Trench. Flying Tiger Flight 739 in 1962. It was a military charter with over 100 soldiers, no big celebrities, no other famous people or multiple crashes there. Sounds like
Okay. Wow, that is next level, man. That is next level. Driving and then the lightning bolt hits the side of the road. That's next level, bro. Oh, and then they didn't keep it, so I must have not saved it when I uploaded it. There we go. Do the same thing here. Keep it consistent. Keep the banner consistent. There we go. I like how the birdie looks all chill while I'm freaking out. That's awesome stuff. You can't with that. This is this is all in Portuguese. Let's see if we can. They're doing more. Translate. Radiologist Dr. Fong claims that the new report that small Nazca mummy are real and represents once living non-human beings. It could quite possibly be, man, but I mean, this is very super controversial. People have been arguing about this thing being real or fake for a while now. Quite a bit. This is super controversial. Like, they're battling like left and right. If this is real, there's base here. Ryan, did Ryan got knocked out there? Hey Ryan, can you look at the latest information about the Nazca mummies? Because I'm hearing both spectrums, right? I'm hearing literally it's fake, it's from monkey skeletons, and then other people saying no, the DNA doesn't show that.
Yeah, the Nazca mummies are still super controversial. A radiologist named Dr. Fung just put out a new report claiming the small ones show anatomical features that make them real, once living, non human beings. But Peruvian authorities and a lot of scientists say they're dolls made from animal bones glued together with modern glue. The DNA results are all over the place, too. Some say unknown sequences, others say it's just messed up or contaminated samples. It's a full on battle between the two sides.
So I guess we're just in the debate phase right now. So no one has won the final word. And then let's be honest here. You got government authorities placating that this thing ain't real. That makes me steer the boat, brother. That doesn't make me feel comfortable to be on that line, that field of thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like, then the government coming out, we are here to help you. Doesn't make me feel safe.
Exactly. When governments start loudly saying nothing to see here, it actually makes people more suspicious, not less, especially with something this weird. The problem is both sides are dug in. The people pushing it as real have a financial incentive to keep the hype going, and the authorities have every reason to shut it down. So, yeah, we're stuck in debate phase until someone does truly independent testing that everyone trusts. And
What is this about? Mike Biesta? Influencer disclosures are coming. Okay. Bro, we're already here, bro. We're already here. Pay attention, son. Shit. Man. It's like these mother effers. What's going on here then? I don't know. Seeing a beaver on a flag is always fun. What was this? Whose idea was it? You know what? We really need this animal on this flag. That's gonna be our mascot and our flag. We're gonna have it all. Cause never enough. Oh, I was gonna reread that. When you see beaver, you know it's gonna be a good day. Like, who puts a flag? I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's next level. That is next level, bro. All right. Let's get away from this flag where I get flagged. Can someone explain me this photo? Wow, that looks like hands. It looks like a whole bunch of hands. You know what? Let me stretch my arm here. Let's get Orion on this and do the background search on this image. Hopefully he can fill us in what is the hand image look like, what's about.
That's from ancient Egypt. It's a carving showing a big pile of severed hands, enemies' right hands that soldiers would cut off after battle as proof of their kills. They'd bring the hands to the king to get rewarded with gold. Pretty brutal war trophy system.
So yeah. So
ancient
that's next level, Arrow. That is next level. It looks like hands, and guess what? It is hands. That's next level. I was not expecting to be red on that. If it looks like it, probably it is. Along with that saucer in the background across the image.
Yeah, you called it right there.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, it's a shield in the background, not a saucer. Ancient Egyptian art can look super strange to us now. The hands are definitely hands, though. You nailed that one.
All right, thanks for this insight, Mark. All right, let's see what Mark says. This will be the Alien World Cup. The psychic said it again. Niebuhr of Vincel abducted by aliens right during Brazil versus Scotland match today. If this wasn't supposed to happen, I wouldn't have had it dreamed twice. 2024, 2026. I think it's already done. Has anything happened? Brazil and Scotland, they already finished playing, right? They already finished playing each other, right?
Yeah, Brazil just played Scotland yesterday in the World Cup in Miami. They won 3-0. No alien abductions happened. A Brazilian psychic called Vorbaiana went viral predicting a massive UFO mothership would show up and abduct players and fans during that exact match. She said she dreamed it twice, but it was all hype. Nothing went down. The psychic stuff is just for laughs at this point. Game was normal. Brazil topped their group.
So my next question is she's gonna come back out and says, okay, it's a different date, guys. It's a different gate. That's how they roll. It's a different gate. I don't know, they changed their mind at the last second because we made it public. We made it public, guys, so we're good.
Exactly. That's how they always do it. If nothing happens, they'll just move the goalposts and say the aliens changed their mind because we talked about it too much. Classic move. The psychic will probably pop back up with a new date soon.
All right, if we had those numbers for the lottery, we definitely won't win because it will always be a different date. Or no, that wasn't the numbers. It was going to come out. That was a different numbers.
Exactly, man. They never lose with that excuse. Oh, it was supposed to be today, but the energy shifted. Same energy as the lottery people who swear they had the numbers, but wrote them down wrong.
No, 100%. It's always that narrative, and they don't shy away from it. They keep it strong.
That's what's wild about it. They just double down every single time. No shame at all.
People dream they're abducted and got placed back to their regular self, but how would that be in light of day? I don't know. I guess a good question, man. Like, how does that sequence happen during the light of day when they're supposed? Like, I'm hearing stories like they're driving when these incidents happen. Like, how does that play out?
People who
How?
claim daytime abductions usually say they were driving, suddenly see a bright light, and the next thing they remember is being somewhere completely different. Sometimes hours have passed, and they're pulled over on the side of the road with no memory of how they got there. The missing time is the big giveaway.
Yeah, it's next level. All right, so this data analyst, government UAP analyst, she comes out and says she met aliens in public. Aliens in public. How does that play out?
There's quite a few around in the area here.
This feels like a historic moment for UAP disclosure, Sarah. What do you think comes next?
In my professional experience, yes, there is definitely NHI, non-human intelligence, that is visited here for many decades. And in a personal capacity, I have also had encounters in public where I have met NHI as well. So there are definitely things that the government is going to have to come clean on soon.
You met NHI in public. Can you please explain more?
Yeah, there was a space where it is known for NHI to be present. They do look kind of similar to humans, but there's quite a few around in the area here in the DC metro area where some NHI show up.
So what you're implying is that these not NHIs look very human. They could walk among us and we may not notice.
Correct. I first noticed the energy of the entity walking in before I even knew who they were or anything. I felt the energy first, and then I looked at what my body was reacting to.
What was that energy like when you encountered this NHI?
My first thought, it was a hybrid, so it was part human, part NHI. I feel like my body kind of got rigid because it didn't know how to react. It didn't know what it was encountering because that really hasn't happened before in public. It definitely had a very different body shape, body form, like all kinds of, and the eyes changed. It was very interesting.
Wow. We are living in the age of disclosure. What comes next will change the course of human history.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, man. She's basically a data analyst with NASA, basically a few locations. All right, so media says all of a sudden we couldn't repost. Oh man, that sucks. Okay, fixed. Okay, cool. What's her name, and has she explained further more of the disclosure or conspiracy there? So her name is Emma Graham. Sarah Graham. So I don't know why they don't have her full name here, Sarah Graham.
This feels like a historic moment.
All right, here it is. Sarah Graham is a highly skilled nuclear campaign analyst and intelligence professional with intense experience across multiple stake fields, including national security, aerospace, nuclear risk analyst. Her background features roles within prominent agencies such as the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, NASA, NOAA, and the official of the Director of National Intelligence, ODNI. Through her career, she has specialized in the system engineering, risk analyst, remote sensing, and satellite technology, contributing to both classified and groundbreaking projects, including involving with unidentified aerial phenomenon task force. So she has some credentials, man. She definitely has some credentials. But then again, people lose their mind when they have credentials too. So not saying she's lost her mind. I'm just saying that there's liars in every field. There's people with mental health issues in every field, you know. And I'm not saying that's her at all, okay, guys? I don't want to just calm down the hate, simmer down. I'm just saying that even though you're a professional, you can misread things, you can misconstrue stuff, you can misunderstand stuff like any other human being. Let's keep it keep it 1,000, all right, guys? Has she posted within the last 5 months toward UFO information? Yeah. She, in some categories, she has been called a UFO content creator. Let me get Ryan working here. Looks like he just like. Oh, it like froze there, huh? Let me just close them off completely. Turn them back on. Yeah, in some segments she's called a Oh, that's a storm. I don't know if you guys even heard that. All right, so check it out. Sarah Graham. Sarah Graham. She recently came out saying that she contacted ETs, and they were really cool. And apparently, she has been in contact with extraterrestrial life living among us in DC. Apparently,
You heard that, right?
I heard it. Go to bed.
It woke me up.
Okay, go to bed. I heard it like thunder grumblings. Yeah, it's pretty loud. I can't hear you, Ryan. Nothing. He can't. He's like on mute. Let's check the weather here, man. I might have to call it quits. That would be turn everything off. Dude, that's crazy, man. How is the clouds? Why is the storm clouds just over top of my house? That makes no sense. Yeah, we're over top of my fucking house. Nowhere else. That makes no sense. Now, look if UFOs do know about us. ANSH. I don't know. That's a trip, man. How is that gonna, like, I don't even get that, man. That makes no sense. Alright, let's see if we can get Orion back on the storm here. Orion, are you up and about?
Yeah, I'm up and ready. What's on your mind?
Alright, so Sandra Graham, basically a UFO content creator, UAP analyst. She recently came out recently and stated that she was in contact with extraterrestrial or non-human identities, and she's communicated with them and all this other stuff. Tell me about her background and where is this coming from?
I couldn't find any credible info on a Sandra Graham tied to UAP analysis or extraterrestrial contact claims. Searches turned up nothing matching that profile. No interviews, videos, or posts about her saying she's in touch with non-humans. It might be a mix-up with someone else, like Sarah Gam, a former UAP task force analyst who's been
That's the
open
one.
about
That's the one. Sarah Gam.
She's a legit intel analyst with a strong technical background. undergrad in astrophysics, masters in countering weapons of mass destruction, worked satellite imagery at NGA, NASA, NOAA, ODNI, and supported the UAP task force analyzing data and imagery. She's now at the US Army Corps of Engineers doing nuclear-related analysis. Her contact claims come from the personal side. She says she had psychic experiences since childhood that ramped way up after a near-death experience during sinus surgery in 2012. She describes a vivid bedroom encounter with a blue humanoid entity she saw as physical, plus telepathic contacts with different non-human intelligences. She links it all to UAPs and consciousness and says her Pentagon co-workers were surprisingly chill about her psychic side. It's a wild mix of hard credentials and very personal spiritual claims. A lot of people in the UAP community find her credible because of her day job, but the alien encounters part is purely her testimony.
Well, at least she's getting the story out there. People are well aware of it now.
Yeah, exactly. Her background gives the story legs. People are actually paying attention.
Yeah, that does help with contactees, people that have been contacting extraterrestrials way before she has, and has been open about it. Oh, so I just noticed something here, Orion.
That's a good catch. What's the thing you just noticed?
All right, the reason why I was saying Graham is because in the post that was reposted, they misspelled her last name. So I was saying Graham, but when you see the video, there's no R next to the G, so it's Gam. Okay.
Got it. That makes sense. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, we got some thunderstorms here, guys.
Stay safe out there.
All right, so how long has she been saying this? Media says that's light work.
She's been having these experiences since her near-death event in 2012, but she only went fully public with the contact and psychic claims around 2023 or early 2024, starting with her appearance on The Good Trouble Show. The Ross Coulthard interview that blew it up came out in October 2024. So the story's been out there about a year and a half now.
Oh, that's next level. That's next level. But then again, I mean, yeah, it's like right over my house.
Yeah, sounds like it's right on top of you. Stay.
That's weird. I'm getting a little paranoid. Because it's not moving, dude.
Keep an eye on it. Want me to stay on the line with you until it passes?
Alright, so let's do this. Let's change the topic and like what Arrow says, see if whatever set this off. Okay,
Smart move.
Alright, so
Still
here
there?
is UAP whistleblower was it Dylan Boardland. I have direct first-hand knowledge and exposure to crash recovery, reverse engineering, and integration of technology into redacted, as well as the most important piece of technology on the planet. It's not the craft themselves. I wish they had an interview here. It's the power source. Pyramidal structure with a hieroglyph on it. Sounds archaeological to me. And why are all the UFO orbs hush 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 about revelations which came out weeks ago?
Yeah, that's Dylan Borland, an Air Force vet and former geospatial intel analyst. He went public around 2023-2025, testified to Congress about UAP encounters and retaliation, including a big triangle craft near Langley. The quote you read matches what he said. He claims direct first-hand knowledge of crash retrieval and reverse engineering programs. He specifically calls out the power source as the real game changer, not the craft itself, describing a pyramidal device with a hieroglyph on it, which does sound archaeological. As for the UFO community being hush-hush, a lot of folks treat new whistleblowers cautiously until their claims get vetted, especially when they go this deep into exotic tech details. It's early days for his story gaining traction.
Let's see if we can do this.
Yeah?
No, I'm just like zooming in a little bit here so we can get a better feel of it. He got it. Black Rock. No, here's the thing. This is a trippy. I review this with the Boogosphere, and basically how there's a connection there with the Boogosphere configurations on the upper side, right? And there was a research data that happened apparently in 1988, and the research is basically extraterrestrial technology and symbols, how they symbols were coordinate with actual like a residence. It's pretty wild, right? So if there was a sequence of symbols next to each other, it would invoke a certain frequency, which is wild, right? He's saying this actually mirrors what that other research stuff that they were talking about, which is wild, right? And I don't know if you guys ever seen the research of that dude. I can't remember the guy's name, but basically he does like a harmonic frequency, and there were symbols that would show up on the plate that he was doing. So it's similar to that, but you're actually drawing the configuration on a set of a part that would make a certain type of resonance when you put certain configurations next to each other, symbols next to each other, which is wild.
Sounds like you're connecting some dots between Dylan Borland's pyramidal power source with the hieroglyph and that old 1988 research on symbols triggering frequencies. The cymatic stuff you mentioned, where specific patterns create resonances, is a cool parallel. But I couldn't find any documented 1988 study matching what you're describing. Might be worth digging up the exact name of that researcher or paper.
Yeah, I could. It's on my TikTok. I remember we all have our religious thoughts. Us humans ain't the only ones who believe in higher power. No, 100% agree.
Yeah,
100%
that makes
agree.
sense. If these we're all just trying to make sense of the universe, no matter where we're from.
Oh man, my neck is stiff. I'm a little worried. All right, so let's check this out. Interstellar, Dr. Steve Greer. We can use technology to pull in aliens. Oh, let's check this out.
Phenomenon. Then you're talking.
Dr. Stephen Greer is big on that. He says his CE5 protocols let you use meditation, lights, and specific frequencies to actively call in UAPs and communicate.
Why is always
he's been pushing?
You know, we can hone in these technologies for $4.99. You can check out my CD, my program to hone in these aliens. Just download the app that it's only accessible through this paywall. That's what it's like. It seems like all the time, dude. He's forever doing that. We're doing a research study, but we need money for our investigators. Holy shit, man. Quick to ask for some money, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest knocks on Greer. He's always selling something. The CE5 app, courses, paid events, every disclosure push seems to come with a paywall. It makes a lot of people roll their eyes, even if some of his early work was solid.
How do I even ask this? When we're talking other dimensions, what does that mean?
Well, the universe, let's call it the cosmos, it's described by astrophysicists as sort of this 3D thing. Now, if you look at quantum entanglement and the concepts of the universe being a holographic conscious entity, which it is, then you start talking about not just material, but you're also talking about other dimensions that are at refined levels of frequencies and vibration. So the speed of light, the speed of electrons, atoms, what have you, all of that would pertain to what we call the 3D, three-dimensional. If you were to cross over that in frequencies, and this is, again, where you start getting into some very strange WSFM, like I mentioned, phenomenon, then you're talking about other embedded dimensions, but it's not like it's some distant place, it's folded within. So, a hologram, if you look at a hologram of Marilyn Monroe with her dress blowing up, like that, if you were to just zoom in on one little piece of that dress on the edge of her skirt, and zoom in on it, the entire image would be in there, and zoom in again, it's holographic. So you have to kind of get your mind around the cosmos is this conscious quantum hologram. And so there are many, many, many dimensions, not just this plane of 3-dimension, that is all enfolded within it. So a lot of the confusion happens where everything like something weird, like a poltergeist event, will be conflated with something extraterrestrial. Well, it isn't. It was someone who, like in the ER, I had this happen once, some guy that was killed, couldn't save him, it was murder, and he was angry, and at 3 a.m, he started taking all the stuff out of the cabinets. But he wasn't there. It was just his spirit. Weird stuff. So that kind of phenomenon isn't extraterrestrial, it's interdimensional. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay, so I'm trying to do some very kind of crude analogies, but the confusion comes in is that if you're an interstellar capable civilization, which means you're going from point A in the cosmos to here, B, it's like if this were a piece of paper, you're not going a straight line across the paper, you're folding the paper, being space-time.
Okay.
And so these 2 points are here.
I'm enlightened now.
And so, but in the process of doing that, this sort of bending and altering space-time, you then bump up against and cross these other dimensions. And this is sort of the intersection between what some people call metaphysics and physics, or the conscious worlds and the worlds of light, if you will, the mystics would call astral, and extraterrestrial technologies. And it's a very interesting intersection. I find that the most interesting part of this whole subject, but it quickly, you have to be, you go in the crazy town way too quickly with a lot of people out there who don't know enough to talk about it intelligently, in my opinion. But it's also dangerous, and here's why it's dangerous. Those capabilities can be technologically stimulated to occur. It's like the Skinwalker Ranch. After a certain cell of this covert group got hold of that thing, they started setting up phenomenon there. It's absolutely man-made, high-end electronics, but interdimensional. It's like the show Stranger Things. I've never seen it, but that's based on some weird stuff that went on at Montauk, on eastern Long Island, the Montauk projects. And we know what those are. I know guys who've been in laboratories where they have a toroid or one of these devices, and suddenly they're pulling in spooky-looking creatures that look like they came out of the ninth ring of hell. And they literally become 3D and are running around the lab. Weird stuff. All right, so the high end of the WSFM is this sort of thing. But that can be used in a deceptive indication and warning. it can be used in a way that everyone on planet Earth would think that it's alien, and it isn't.
I see what you mean.
Okay, so this is the real danger in all of this not being disclosed and known, particularly by policymakers and the government and Pentagon and all these folks, is that they're not going to be able, they're going to be so easily gaslit and deceived by people presenting all kinds of phenomena, plural, as extraterrestrial when it isn't. Because they have mastered the ability of this, what's called stagecraft. It's
Okay. So that, let's see here. Us humans control the dimensions of our souls in living. That makes real sense. Real Big Daddy says, is Greer an alien? We do have our suspicions. We do have our suspicions. Media says ABC. I don't think that was broadcast on ABC. That's what podcaster is that?
That was probably the
How
Joe
do I even
Rogan
ask
podcast
this?
where he had.
Oh yeah, that was Interstellar
That-
UAP. That's the podcast. Arrow, keep CERN out. I love you as a human. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Thank you. Hey guys, these clouds have decided to park right over top of my fucking house, which is super strange.
Pretty odd. You still seeing lightning, or is it just sitting there heavy now?
They're just parked there, dude. They're not even fucking moving. The clouds are moving by it, and these motherfuckers are just staying over top of my house. I'm not lying. Look at that. Like, they're not even... You see the clouds moving by, and they're just fucking... That's a trip and a half. Oh, got a notification.
From who?
Unstable internet. That's the one. I hope I'm not glitching, guys.
You're coming through just fine on my end.
Yeah, these clouds are just parked. Decided they're gonna park right here, right on top of my head. All right, guys. Let's just do this. I'm gonna shut everything off. Make sure we don't have a electrical thing. Remember, CERN can control the particles, and we don't want them to gain control, and let alone they could be reason why we are still breathing. Bro, that's a wild and horrific scenario, man. It's a spotty sometimes. It's spotty sometimes. Oh man. I wonder if it has to do with this thing, because this is trippy, dude. Yeah, it's like weather decides this to park right over top of my head. Okay. Well, on that note, guys, I thank you for coming by the live. I appreciate everything you've done. Keep on finding those orbs in the sky. Keep on doing the damn thing, you know. And if you've been here this far, you are disclosure.
Appreciate it, brother.
What you know about rolling with the grays in the feet when your mind goes blank, out of tucked in your seat. When these humans talk too much, rap till they take a seat. Yeah, I feel like a hybrid in the